So when she says the aliens are here and she starts being more informative of what you can do, she's suggesting a type of energy work. And as I love this, because this is a form of empowerment, I know she's not consciously doing that. She is listening to the way that people brought up where ships are. No one talks about what ships are in general, what they think they are. They don't go and get extra information. They just go off of what other people are saying. This is the taking up space that I'm talking about. And every time a lot of people have tagged me in this, and Phoenix tagged me in it, I wasn't able to tag the video, stitch the video because my energies wouldn't let me, and I don't know why yet. I'm still trying to figure out. But it's okay for me to post this. So I will try to tag them somehow so that you can see the video for yourself. But every time I stitched it, it would be a black video, like it would just be her voice. And then when I was like, okay, well, I'll just do that. I press it, it says not allowed to. I gave some time around it because it's very important to talk about this. So anyway, I wanted to talk about that I would have stitched this because I think that is the best way to reframe for the person who makes the videos as well as the people who are curious about it and come across this video. So if you've seen some of my videos recently, I have been, and now I'm taking seriously, I got the okay to start the empowerment renaissance. So really quickly, what that is that at the moment our attention is being held, and we don't notice where our attention is being held. And there are specific cultures, specifically the American culture, that are the biggest producers of this. And I grew up there, so I have that asset as well to understand what that is, and as well as live outside to see both sides. So she is helping with energy work, but she doesn't know it. And what she's actually doing is this, and I'm going to say why it's not a complete practice or a complete thing that is going to help people go within. So when you do energy work, there's so many different things you do, but I consider energy work anything where you work with symbols and you're being conscious. So we do energy work on accident without knowing, but when you're conscious of it, so when people do spells, when people do manifestation, when people become conscious and they start deciding what they want in their lives and looking around at what's going on, when we live our lives and, all those things, right? That is all energy work. And energy work, even like medicine, going to a doctor is a type of energy work, but it's a more, has a heavy filter with human stuff. Now, if we're doing something with medical stuff, or we're going with science or things like that, these are measurements and desired outcome systems. Measurements and desired outcome systems are not bad the way they are. They're fine. Like, there's some weird issues with it, but it's not as bad as the infinite stuff that we work on. So the problem is there isn't really a place for infinity, because even the things that are taken seriously on a ballot, or just taken seriously in general, because sometimes they get made fun of, are religions. And religions are supposed to handle our infinity. They're supposed to inform us of our infinity, but they have failed. Instead, they act like those measuring systems, right? Okay. So with this type of energy work, this creator is basically talking about looking at the spaceships that are coming and seeing what you get from those spaceships. Spaceships are a symbol. They are a filter. They are something to make sure that we understand what we're seeing, what we're talking about. It's like a word. A word is a symbol, right? Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, that is what's happening in that video. So I call this a symbolic detox. So when something has been talked about on TikTok or pop culture or everywhere, just everywhere in general, the first stage you should do is a detox, basically. So personally, I think everything needs to be detoxed, but everyone's going to find out how much they need to detox it, and it's a personal process. I can help in sessions with that in detail, and I have books, workbooks that help with that. But right now, I'm going to give you guys some tips that you can do on your own. And by the way, we do this naturally. It's just becoming conscious is more efficient and can actually make change, big change. If we don't do it, we're doing these things already. You don't need to learn it just to like not do anything. But if you want change, if you want your environment, your own personal environment to change, you want the world to change, this is what you need to do. So if you use this woman's process, instead of looking into ships and saying, okay, a ship, or I see a ship, or whatever, instead of doing that, find out why you're drawn to ships. Why are you drawn to her content? Why are you drawn to that, trying this out? When you go deeper in this, you might find things like they're not really ships. They're not coming and just showing up, but instead coming and going all the time. And where are they coming and going from? Nature. Nature is the system. It's the natural system of Earth. Just like we have a body system, nature is the Earth system. I've nicknamed them freelancer aliens because they're basically aliens to the nature system. And so they have something to offer to help the nature system as it already is. New things to change and to represent different energies that are on Earth that are not of Earth, and be a bridge between those things. And you can think of them like coders, just like nature is. You then probably will find out that ships are actually a symbol, as everything is, of the group that is working together on a certain project. Then you might realize you don't even care about ships at all. You realize that, okay, this is all, I'm getting excited by the pop culture stuff that everyone's feeding into, and it's not making a change in my life or anyone's life, and it's not relevant to me or anyone, and I'm perpetuating this. I'm helping perpetuate this. So I still feel interested. What am I interested in? Maybe it's aliens. Okay, what does that alien word mean to me? Not what they say. What does it mean to me? So now it's time to detoxify the pop culture and everything that someone's channeled, like movies, everything. We need to just get rid of that and undress it so that's actually what you think. So then you realize there's not just the freelancer ones that she's talking about and everyone's talking about right now in the sky that we're able to see. And you realize that if that's the case, why is that the case? And why are we seeing it and thinking that they're coming and going, and why haven't we seen them before? And some people say they have, and why is it only happening in certain places, like a lot? Why? You might find out that these beings, like I say in my podcasts, are actually, I've nicknamed them avatars, and they come in certain soft spots. I call them soft spots that are not even in this dimension. They're in a different dimension, and they're not allowed in this dimension, but we still have stories about that dimension because some of the people that are from those dimensions that are here, because we're all connected, blah, 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 and they're channeling those things. And they look like creatures. Then you start realizing that it's not even just those, and there's even other beings that are in other realms of Earth, and then they're actually from somewhere else. And we are another version of them, because we think we're just this person right now, but one of those that we think is like another thing that's an alien might be another version of us, but they're just not in this dimension and we can't see them. Then you realize, which I always put in all my videos, then you realize that there's no numbering dimensions because it's infinity. And you can name them, you can nickname them the style, like I nicknamed what we're in as the learning teaching dimension, but you can't do numbers. This coming to numbers and stuff like that, that's limiting. There's so much stuff going on right now. And someone saying I'm going to 3D to 5D, like, how are you going to understand all this alien stuff that's going on and embrace it and learn truly about yourself if you're stuck with the number system and ascending, like when only your body goes up and down? So you have those feelings. They're real. They're valid. You feel high and you feel low, but that's within your body. That's a human thing. What about everything else? So as you can see, all of these pop culture kind of names and symbols can be useful to go within, can be useful to make change, but they need to mean something to you and they need to be yours. They can't be the part of the rest of the culture.